Arctic Frost, a code name for one of the most controversial FBI investigations of recent years. In April 2022, the FBI launched an investigation with the code name Arctic Frost. On paper, its mission was clear: examine disputes tied to the 2020 presidential election, fake electors, attempts to overturn results, and pressure on state officials. But over time, it expanded. In 2022, the case shifted under the oversight of Special Counsel Jack Smith, the same prosecutor who would later oversee multiple cases tied to the former President Donald Trump. At its heart, Arctic Frost became more than an election investigation. It turned into a probe reaching deep into Republican political infrastructure and into the question of how far federal law enforcement can go when democracy itself seems at stake. Nearly 100 individuals and organizations found themselves within the scope of Arctic Frost. The Republican National Committee, the party's central hub, Trump's political action committees with millions in fundraising power, Turning Point USA, the youth activist group led by Charlie Kirk, and key Trump allies, Rudy Giuliani, former DOJ official Jeffrey Clark, and Peter Navarro. For critics, these targets signaled a chilling expansion, a dragnet that blurred the line between legitimate law enforcement and political surveillance. Arctic Frost quickly became a battlefield of interpretation. Some lawmakers claimed it was much broader than just an electoral matter, that it became an operation aimed at dismantling Republican-aligned networks. Critics called it partisan, alleging the Bureau weaponized its power against political opponents. Supporters argued the opposite, that it was a necessary step to protect democracy from schemes like fake electors, pressure campaigns, and false claims of fraud. The question was no longer just about the case itself, but about the role of the FBI in American political life. Despite oversight hearings and whistleblower testimony, much remains uncertain. How deep did Arctic Frost go? Which individuals were fully investigated and which were only mentioned in passing? What evidence was used? Financial records, communications, political activities? And the biggest question, where is the constitutional boundary between investigating unlawful conduct and surveilling political speech? Arctic Frost sits squarely in that gray zone, one that America has wrestled with before. From COINTELPRO in the 1960s, to Crossfire Hurricane in 2016, to the revelations of the Church Committee in the 1970s, the Bureau's reach has often expanded faster than its accountability. Arctic Frost may simply be the newest chapter in a very old story. Documents released by Senator Chuck Grassley in 2025 suggested Arctic Frost was much broader than just an electoral matter. His revelations added weight to concerns that the investigation reached into Republican political infrastructure as a whole. The fallout has been fierce. Supporters of the operation call for patience, insisting accountability must be thorough. Critics demand answers, warning that law enforcement has crossed a dangerous line. And while Arctic Frost is officially closed, its shadow continues to shape debates in Washington about oversight, bias, and the role of the FBI in politics. What was Arctic Frost really? A shield protecting democracy, or a silent frost spreading through political opposition. Its codename carries its own metaphor, a chill that expands slowly, invisibly, until everything is frozen in its path. Officially, Arctic frost is over, but its questions remain, and perhaps its files frozen, sealed, and waiting. Operation Arctic Frost may be closed, but its story is unfinished. Some files thaw into daylight, others remain sealed, and perhaps the most chilling truths are those still locked beneath the ice. You've been listening to Night Shift Chronicles. If you found this story compelling, subscribe and join us for the next descent into history's hidden corridors. Until then, stay awake.